here. This is for Kypro's tourney. This is a Uru round, so I'm going against this dude. I forgot his name. So he leads off with Alakazam and then switches out to Arcanine because he thinks I'm going to use Overheat, and I do use Overheat, which kind of sucks for me, but it's good that he doesn't have Flash Fire because that would really suck. I switched out my Moltres to my Credilli because I know he can take a Fire Blast or anything pretty good, but he actually goes to the Toxic, and I was kind of predicting that because most Arcanines that have leftovers are tanks pretty much. So he switches out to his Steelix, predicting my Toxic, and I do go for the Toxic, and it doesn't affect him obviously. So now I switch out to my Moltres because I know he's going to set up rocks, and I go for the U-turn here to get a safe switch in because I want to get in my Raikou at this point so I can try to set up. So I get some leftovers, and he does too. So now I go for the substitute here because I was thinking he'd use Will-O-Wisp or maybe Toxic or something, but he actually goes for the Fire Blast, which really sucks for me because I should have probably just gone for the Calm Mind there. So yeah, my sub fades, and he got a crit, which I doubt mattered, but yeah. So I go for the sub again because I'm still predicting he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp or the Toxic, but he still keeps going for the Fire Blast, which is smart on his part because if he didn't, then I would get a free setup on him, and it would have been pretty much a good game. So yeah, I go for the Calm Mind here because at this point I know he's going to keep freaking trying to go for the Fire Blast because he doesn't want to let me set up. So he does go for the Fire Blast, and it actually does a pretty damn good amount, which kind of surprises me because Arcanine doesn't really have the all-around best special attack in the world, but yeah. So I go for the Calm Mind again here because I know he's going to keep going for the Fire Blast, and I know I can live at least one more Fire Blast with this Arcanine. So yeah, he does go for the Fire Blast, and it gets me pretty low, but of course it's not going to kill because I do have the two Calm Minds up. And now I go for the Thunderbolt here because I want to get as much damage as I can on this Arcanine so I can switch in one of my other Pokemon and take it down. So Thunderbolt does over half, and he goes for a Toxic, and he doesn't miss, which is kind of gay because well, it just is. So yeah, I get hit with the poison, and it starts taking my health down, so that really isn't that cool for me. So now he switches out of his Doggy Style into his Steelix, and I go for the T-Bolt, and that was a really good prediction on his part. I should have predicted he'd switch in there, but I didn't think he would be that smart, which is stupid on my part. I should have knew he would have been that smart. But now he switches out to his Doggy Style, which is really smart again because I do go for the Hidden Power Ice. I should have probably just gone for the T-Bolt. That would have been the smart thing to do, but I don't go for the T-Bolt, and I go for the Hidden Power Ice. And it does like nothing, so I'm just going to die for the Toxic here, which is not cool because I really thought my Raikou would be like the game changer in this match. But yeah, so my Raikou goes down, and now I'm going to switch out into my threesome because he wants to have a threesome with his Arcanine, but apparently this Arcanine doesn't want any of it, but still takes it up the ass. Well, I don't know, never mind, forget it, forget that I said anything. So I get a crit there that didn't really matter, but I still take down the Arcanine anyway, which is really good. He switches out to his Cresselia now, and knowing that he knows that I'm Choice Banded, so now I switch out to my Lamp, which is my Credilli, and he goes for the Calm Mind, which I really wasn't expecting. I was expecting the Psychic, but he knew I couldn't do anything versus him, so he expected me to switch. So now this Toxic that freaking Arcanine gave me is going to start to toll down on me because it just fucking gets worse and worse. And I go for the Toxic here, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'll just Toxic Stall him just to have recover and all that, but he has a fucking Lumberry, so I'm like, okay, it's okay, I can go for the Toxic again, and it should be good. So Toxic here to me does a ton of damage, and he goes for the Psychic, and this does a pretty damn good amount considering Credilli's fucking like pretty good especially bulky. So I go for the Toxic, and it doesn't miss, thank God, because then I wouldn't be able to take this thing down. So I do get leftovers here, and I get hit with more Toxic damage, which is not good because it does a lot more there. And I go for the Protect here, and I should have just gone for the Recover because now he goes for the Calm Mind, thinking that I was going to use Protect, I guess. I don't know, maybe he watched my videos on YouTube or something, I don't know. So he gets hit with Toxic damage, and I get hit with Toxic damage as well after these leftovers. That's not good for me, but I don't die, and he goes to the Psychic here, which is actually good that I didn't die because the Toxic damage would hurt him more, so that's really good. So yeah, that actually does a pretty good amount. So now I switch to my threesome because I want to get the sucker punch down so I can get some more damage on this thing, because I know that I won't be able to KO this thing if I don't get more damage on it. And I do get a lot of damage on it with that sucker punch. And he kills off my threesome, which is kind of messed up because, yeah, threesome is a pro. So he gets hit with some more poison, and I was hoping it would kill here, but it doesn't kill, which really sucks because now I have to switch into my 2 girls 1 cup to show this, some videos of 2 girls 1 cup. So yeah, I go for the Aqua Jet, which is an instant KO, obviously. Even if it didn't KO, I don't think a psychic would have killed me, even with those calm lines up. So he knows I'm banded, obviously, because all fucking azumarrills are banded, and he switches out to his for alligator. And I know he's gonna probably DD or Swords Dance. I was hoping he'd freaking Swords Dance, and he does Swords Dance. And he goes for the Aqua Jet, which I really should have predicted he had a Aqua Jet on this thing, but I didn't like. I was hoping he wouldn't, is what I mean to say, because I do have hidden power grass on that thing. But he does, and I switch out to my 2 girls 1 cup here to go for the superpower to KO this thing pretty easily. But he predicts that, and he goes into his rock tube, and that's not good for me because superpower doesn't do shit to this thing. So he goes for the pursuit, pretty smart on his part. It does a lot, like fuck me, it does a lot. That turned out to be a really turning point in this match. So I switch out to the Tide because the Tide wants to run over this rock and, you know, do stuff. So he switches out of his rock tomb into his for alligator, which does not take this earthquake well. I was figuring he would switch, so I went to the earthquake for that reason, and it turned out to be actually really good for me because it does like not really good damage, but it does a pretty good amount. So that now I know it will be a 3-hit KO, and he mistakenly goes for the ice punch here, which doesn't even take like any of my health pretty much. And I go for the EQ again, and I know the next EQ will be a KO, so I'm pretty good at this point. And he goes for the Aqua Jet here, which he should have gone for before, because this Aqua Jet does a lot more than Ice Punch did. So that wasn't smart on his part. And if he had Waterfall, he should have probably just gone for that because he was faster than me. That would have probably KO'd my down fan. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not, but I wouldn't have been able to KO him if he would have gone for the Waterfall. So yeah, now he switches out to his Spirit Tomb, and I go for the EQ because I know it's still gonna do a lot, even though I don't have like the best attack in the world, and it does like almost a half, and he tricks me into a fucking choice span, and I'm just laughing like really hard at this point when he did this, because I really didn't think that was smart of him, because now he switches out to his Steelix here, and I go for the EQ, and this actually cost him the match, because I go for the EQ, and it does like more than half to this thing, which is really good because now I know that I'm faster, and it will be a 2-hit KO. So his Steelix goes down, which is really not good for him, because now all he has left is an Alakazam and that stupid Rock Tomb thing. So he does go to his Alakazam, which he should have done earlier. That was not smart on his part. He should have switched earlier. He goes to a Psychic, and that's obviously going to KO my Tide because it's Alakazam. So I'm figuring this thing is probably Scarfed or Specs. I go to my 2 girls 1 cup, and pretty much he can't switch out, because if I hit that Spirit Tomb with one Aqua Jet, I'm probably gonna hit him with another one, and that'll KO probably. So I do go for the Aqua Jet, and he stays in with this Alakazam, which is pretty much the only thing he could do, and I KO it, which is not surprising because Alakazam doesn't have the best defense in the world. So I go for the Aqua Jet and hoping I get a crit here, but I don't. But he goes for the Sucker Punch, and I'm thinking, okay, it's good game because Sucker Punch doesn't work on priority, I don't think. And it doesn't. So I win this match. I come down from a 4-2, which is fucking badass. So good game wherever you are, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.